Hi, Coach.
Hey.
I'll start with Anthony Edwards there at the end. Were you able to see anything? Have you heard any updates? It's all so quick, I know.
Yeah, actually didn't see the play, and don't have an update. Talked to Ant. He says he's he'll be straight.
Okay.
We don't have I don't have anything official, but he said he was fine.
Okay.
So.
And just your bench. 42 points tonight. What do you have to say just about their consistent effort game after game in this last stretch of games?
Yeah, they all really contributed. Obviously TP had a perfect line out there today. J.O.'s defense was really good. Jalen continues to really kind of be a driver of a lot of offense, and we were able to play long stretches without Cat, Ant, or D'Lo on the floor, which is something that we've not usually done, and that's a tribute to those guys getting the job done out there. Even when the game tightened up, they found a way to respond and made a couple hustle plays, which was good. They have to do that when the game gets tight.
Chris, you did kind of stick with those guys.
Yeah.
Was it just strictly you watched them and they were just earning their time, or did you want to just specifically get a look at that group too? Like how did?
With the way the rotations unfolded, JK, particularly trying to match defenders for who they had in the game, and not kind of break up too much the flow of how that initial unit played. I thought that was kind of our best path to do it. And, we were obviously on standby to make any kind of adjustments or subs if we needed to, but we didn't need to, fortunately, and then we were able to kind of get back to, matchups that we could start the game with and finish the game with if we needed to.
Does this game kind of show a little bit of what the potential of this team is in terms of Karl had a very off night for 3 quarters,
yeah.
but still to be able to build a lead without having that typical efficiency you get from him,
yes.
even against Kyrie and James, what were you able to do there?
Yeah, I thought earlier in the season, maybe this is the best way to answer your question, is that maybe Cat or myself or the other guys out there would have felt the pressure, hey, we got to get Cat going, but we never really felt that. We were playing well, everyone was playing well. Cat didn't seem like he was but he wasn't losing his mind because he wasn't able to get jump started. He kept, he was just out there kind of, playing his role and doing what we were asking him to do. Defensively, I thought he was really good. And then you gotta figure with a guy like him, he's gonna finish strong if he starts poorly, and he did. He's a great player. He's had an unbelievable season. He's not gonna have a great game every single night, but he still finishes 23, makes the buckets when it matters, when the game got tight again. So, yeah, I think it does show some growth for our team. It shows some maturity that we didn't have, 25 games ago.
Another just great game for D'Angelo. Do you think just the way he orchestrated, got his shots, and got other people involved against a good backcourt there? Yeah,
he took great shots tonight. He saw the ball go in early. He didn't force it. He didn't look for any home runs out there. Played within the flow, then really opened up his passing game.
Chris, 15 points tonight from Taurean Prince. He didn't miss a shot. You've talked about before how maybe part of the reason he started a little bit slower was the role constantly changing. Do you think he's just kind of grown in his comfort in what his role is on this team?
I think so. Better suited probably to ask him that. But I would say, as we talked about yesterday, that it's hard to kind of play an inconsistent role when you're a veteran player. He's really settled into doing that very well for us, and some of it's matchup driven, and some of it's just how things unfold. But yeah, he's really since the new year he's played well. He's played really well, and which is perfect because at this time of the year we got to try to reduce some guys' minutes and keep them fresh for this last couple of weeks before the break.
Talked early in the year about the offensive struggles, but since January 3rd, it's the best offense in the NBA efficiency-wise. What do you think has been the biggest reason for the jump and getting to maybe closer to where you thought you'd be offensively at the outset of the season?
I don't know. I just, I like the way that we're playing with just like way more kind of flow, and the ball is moving a little bit earlier. And to be fair, that was jump started by the guys who played, during the COVID, issues that we had. They kind of really started moving the ball, and then when the starters came back, they've really done a great job of moving the ball. I think decision making has gone up in terms of quick decision making. I think. I don't know if our free throw rate is any higher. I don't know if we're making shots any better or whatever, but it feels like we're getting a little bit more in transition too, which are going to be easier shots. So, yeah, I think it's a lot to do with the ball movement. I think it's a lot that these guys, are letting the game come to them rather than, everyone's trying to, go out and put their mark on it like we were doing earlier in the season, and that kind of goes to what John's question was too.